Before we get into today's video, I just need to remind everyone I am not a financial advisor. You must of course do your own due diligence. Please take today's video as entertainment only. Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not. What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Wholesale. I hope of course you are all well. I'm absolutely raging because I've recorded this whole video and my mic wasn't plugged in, so I was just me talking to a camera and the sound quality was dire, so I'm having to repeat myself all over again. So heartbreaking, absolutely soul destroying when that happens. You have no idea the blood, sweat and tears that goes into this video, so please like, subscribe, growing, all that good stuff. Please help me out, guys. Leave your comments as well. Really does help me as well, getting feedback and all that. And when you're leaving comments, you can request videos, guys. I'm doing a video vote every week now, with the new videos coming out on a Thursday and the voting ending on a Friday for the video following Thursday. So that's the routine I'm going to do. I think that works out best. But feel free to get me on the Instagram, get me on the Twitter, even leave the comments on YouTube, and I will try my best to filter them into the next week's vote. So trying to get a wee bit of an engagement with you guys. So yeah, feel free to do that. Get voting for the next week's video as well. Today's video, a couple of people have asked me to do another update on it. Now it's hard to do an update when there really isn't anything to update. However, I feel like it was worthwhile bringing it to everyone's attention the way that I have played this stock. I did a video originally back in March on Kodal minerals, guys, and I actually did an update video on May the 4th, not that long ago, just over a week ago, because they brought out the big news, which I'll not go into too much. I'll just do a light summary in a moment about what news that was that got the thing going. But since that video on May the 4th, the things went... It's went absolutely parabolic, guys, and I'm going to talk about what I have done. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So guys, this is actually what I said in the previous video, as you can see here. Kodal Minerals surges, said 37.5% after the approval of his Bogoni feasibility study. Forgive me if I'm not saying that right, but I think I am. Shares of lithium mining and exploration company Kodal Minerals surged 37.5% after the company announced that the Malian government had approved this law's feasibility study. So we talked about this as a catalyst. We talked about, you know, if this was to happen, the thing would throb, and it's done that. Okay, so the feasibility study, guys, is a study that's done to see if what they're thinking could happen is feasible. That's the simplest way I can explain what a feasibility study is. They do a study to see if everything that they're talking about is the lithium concentrate going to be high enough, is there a good resource, X, Y, Z, and when they do the feasibility study, the conclusion is that it's a thumbs up. The approval marks a significant milestone for the company. It has been granted a mining license for the project. The miner's feasibility study was approved at the government committee meeting attended by its representatives. Kodal will now update its license application to meet the requirements set out in Malia's new mining code 2019, after which it will file the updated application and wait for a formal notification to pay the mining license fee, approximately £135,000. Investors cheered today. Yeah, I'm fucking delighted. Mining license application has been pending for several years, and now it is not clear whether the firm will be granted the license. Kodal will start exploiting the high potential resource, unlocking significant revenues for the company once the mining operation kicks into full gear. Today's rally signifies that the investors are ready to invest in Kodal Minerals once it receives the actual mining license to start mining operations. So that's the catalyst that got the thing throbbing. That was only up 35% at that time. It has went on to throb, but that is the main reason behind it. People jumping on, the volume increasing, the things just went... And that's all well and good, and I do believe there's plenty more legs on this here, but from being a quantity surveyor and understanding what feasibility studies and how long that takes, we've done that. Happy days. There's lithium, but there's a long process, guys, of applications. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes 6 months for this application to go through. Now, every government and every country is going to have different laws and applications. They have to comply with the new one of 2019. With all that in mind, guys, it made me think of the now and then. Kodal's a long hold for me, but I decided to swing trade it. And bear in mind, I've only been doing the stock game for about 2.5 years, so I am relatively new, but you know, been doing it full time now for the best part of 18 months. I feel that I've really learned a lot, especially with the unprecedented times that we found ourselves in. I have had days where it just seems to go up and up and up and up, and then in recent I see days that go down and down and down, and you're learning, you're constantly learning. And I've been a big believer, and I've preached on this channel about you buy the rumor, you sell the story, and that's something that you've heard many times, and I really buy into that. So I've talked about the chart in other videos. You can go in the archives, check out those videos, but just to talk about sort of what's happened this week. So if we zoom in, so sort of done my first videos, we were in and around here, and it's been going along nicely. Nothing's really happened. And then obviously the catalyst, as I spoke about in the last video, has got the thing going, but it's really throbbed. In my last video in May 4th, when we got this first initial rise of sort of 35%, I said, it was a long hold for me, and I'm going to keep it and all this kind of thing. And that was my intentions. However, that's why I'm doing this video, is because since the May 4th, and if we just do a measure here, so from May 4th, right up to the high, guys, we went up 116%. So forgive me for the things changing. The reason I sold is because it went up 116%, guys. I had home run that doubled my money on the thing, and I started to phase the money out now. I initially took out my money in and around the 0.316, which was still another 90% rise on the initial 35. So I'd home runned it, took out I think half the money at that stage, and then when it went up to these newer highs, I just phased the money out, and it got to the point where all my money was out of the thing. I left in about £5 worth, and I just took out the money, guys, because of the profits that were there, and now it's going back down. Real big sell off on the 12th, and it's been going along nicely, and I believe it's quite possible now we're below the moving average, which is quite good, but it's not going to be hard for it to be below the moving average, considering all this throb was over sort of a week and a half period up, and it's kind of going back down. We'll just have to watch this space, but I believe that this probably will go back down. You can see the volume, as I talked about, the volume is high and it's starting to taper off. So all those things considered, I think I've made the right call. Just need to take a time out, guys. Go down in the description below, you'll find links to free trade. Free trade, you get a free share of the £200. Whether you're starting your journey and you're thinking about commission free, I'd recommend them, especially because trading 212 aren't accepting anybody new now. And also just for different platforms, I have several different ones. You might as well try them all out. They've all got different features and benefits, and find the one that suits you. Also, if you're thinking about joining the crypto craze that's going on right now, you might as well get 10% off. Binance is one of the best that you could use platforms. It's what I use, as well as eToro, and the Binance gives you so much exposure to far more coins. Good cheap fees, and my tip would be to use the light version of it because it's far more simple. The initial one can kind of put you off, but you'll get 10% off your first deposit, guys. £1,000 in, £100 off. You might as well save yourself some money. And lastly, down below you'll get also links to my Reuters articles. They're a very good read, guys. I talked about it with Reuters months and months ago about meme stocks and how all that will affect the stock market, and I think recent times, especially like this Elon and his tweets, I think that has proven to be exactly what happens. There is the power to move things by tweets and memes and just Reddit forums and all that. So check out all that good stuff, guys. So you can see my rationale, guys, behind the charts there. I do believe that this is a case of if things throw up, went parabolic, that it will cool off. We can see the volumes going down a bit, which means, yeah, it's starting to cool. Plus, you can see even the percentages drop that it has. So I think my move has been proven shrewd. I did strip out a wee bit initially, probably a wee bit premature, and then I've stripped out more and I've cut that sweet as a nut. So I've got a nice balance there. I'm happy with the way I've played this. I've left tiny a beer in, £5 just sitting there, just so I know it's on my mind. And when that percentage falls back, if it falls back, it could throw up, but I believe that it will cool off now, like I've seen with many of the other mining stocks, many of the other penny stocks. To just get excitement, people lump on, and then when the cool is off, people go, right, that's not moving anymore, I'm jumping off. And a lot of people that aren't in it for the long term will drag that price down. So I just felt with the way the market is, even getting a green at the moment, especially one that's home run to double your money, is very rare at the moment. So I was very happy just to take those profits out, and fingers crossed, in my opinion, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that it does pull back, guys, being a bit selfish, but I hope it does pull back a good bit and I can get the money in, and then the next time I'll catch the next rise. Because you have been following my channel, the playlist that I've done on the mining stocks. There's been some great ones in there, but there's been some serious hard-hitting ones. And one of the initial first ones I bought into was Aqua Metals. And I've taken one hell of a gaping on that, guys. You know, I'm at the maximum threshold, nearly £600, and a wee bit overexposed to that stock, if I'm honest. But I've been trying to buy the dips, and I'm maxed out, and I'm like 45-50% down on that. And that's again, it's a long hold. It doesn't really matter, but let's be honest, guys. It's never nice seeing a stock down 50%. Especially that one, because that's one of the more established stocks. So it's one of them ones, you know, I bought it 2 months, 3 months ago when things were absolutely parabolic and the whole market in general pulled back. So it is what it is, long hold, all that good stuff. But learning from your mistakes is key, guys. If you're doing the stock game, you have to understand the way you're trying to learn and the way you're trying to do things. So I feel that I'm learning that you buy the rumor, you sell the story, as I said. So that's my thoughts, guys. I love to get your thoughts. That is the video. Like I said, people have been asking me to do update on it. There isn't much of an update on that. I just felt I maybe would talk about the way I have played it and my thoughts. Love to get your comments. Is anybody just held? Has anybody completely sold out? Is anybody averaging in or averaging out? What is your thoughts on Kodal? I fully believe that there's plenty more to come, but I just feel like we're going to pull back a bit, and just knowing the company and the business and how things take time to get to a certain stage. They could announce something tomorrow, of course, but I don't think there's any catalyst there in the short term that'll get this to continue throbbing. So that's my rationale behind it, guys. You know, I'm still learning the game, could be wrong, but it's proven to be kind of shrewd so far. So yeah, like, subscribe, help me grow this channel, leave your comments below, guys. I'll get you on the video tomorrow. It's a belter. It's a belter, I'm telling you. So make sure to hit that alert button, stay tuned in for that. Get me on Instagram though, because all the stuff I've talked about here, I did on Instagram. I was putting up the screenshots, showing you the double the money, all that good stuff. And that's on BHSDMV for that. Get voting on the video vote, Twitter poll, Twitter, add me, all that good stuff, guys. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not.